What does it actually mean to build a metaverse? And how do you go from building one of the largest retail chains to going all in on Web3? Welcome to Goats in the Metaverse. I am excited. We have some special guests joining us today. Yasi, are you excited?
I am extremely excited for this show. A fortune of learning for our audience, really going deep into the world of the metaverse. And we have some special treats for you on this show. So make sure you watch till the end. We are interviewing two legends in this space, Isaac Gindi, CEO of ISG and co-owner of Century 21, the retail group where you've gone and shopped for some great bargains. Well, we're going to tell you about the great bargains in the metaverse today with Isaac, and the creative director of ISG, Blake Hotz, who is coming in live from the metaverse himself. Look at Blake go with the goats. Isaac and Blake, welcome to the show.
What a pleasure. Welcome, let's go. Welcome, and thank you again for having Isaac and I. Let's rock and roll.
This is this is legendary breaking moment. This is the first time one of our guests is actually in the metaverse speaking to us.
And I'm directly in VR right now too. I've actually got on full body tracking. So I've got 6-point tracking on. Those are my tootsies moving. And I can also do a mean hip rotation. And I've actually got on my Tesla suit as well. So I can actually feel sensations in here, like the rain, like the wind, pretty much Ready Player Me status. It's used with electrostimulation, but we'll talk more about that later. But it's a pleasure to be able to show, from the actual perspective in VR. And as you can see here, we built a little barnyard for the goats in the metaverse, baby. I've even got, they even made me move. We got my little stand goat. Let's go.
That's me. Look at that.
That's my dad. And here's little Yoshi. What's up, man? They like kibbles.
But they make it looking mess. Good.
He's strong.
Oh, we want those. I think those are gonna be our new avatars.
Oh, dude. Show. They are ready for you when you're in here, baby. Let's go. Seriously, though, thank you again, guys, for having us in here.
I love it. Isaac, how you doing, baby?
I'm doing great. I have my goat's hat, which is my prized possession. It's a collector's item. I wear it everywhere I go. And that's because I love the show. And we're really thrilled to be here.
We're thrilled you guys are here. And like I said, this is the first time in history one of our guests is live from the metaverse. So this is record-breaking news over here. Let's get right into us. Would love to hear the backstory. Isaac, tell us a little bit about yourself and the background of who you are and how you came to start this journey.
Well, I was born in Brooklyn, and I moved to Manhattan when I was 18, and I always loved Manhattan because it was the center of culture, creativity, and fashion. And I consider myself an urbanite, and New York City is the greatest city in the world. And when I got into retail, I went into my family business when I was 23, and I loved fashion, and fashion was my whole life. And I started as a stock boy, and I worked my way up to the position that I'm in today. And I always believed in the cutting edge. And for retail, we always wanted to make an immersive experience or an experience that was exciting. When the internet came along, we jumped right in and we loved it. And then Web3 came around, and I was totally enamored by it for many reasons. One reason is because New York City, to me, was the coolest place in the world. And I wanted to make the metaverse the way New York City used to be. Now, New York City is not really like that. You used to get into a club if you were an artist. If you were like Basquiat, you got in. If you had no money, if you were creative. But now, if you have money, you can get into any club. It's not the center of culture and creativity and fashion that it used to be. So I wanted to create this in a decentralized metaverse in Somnium. The reason I picked Somnium is because it's the really true 3D experience. It's something that's just incredible. It's based on the city of Prague. There's only 5,000 parcels, and it's a beautiful place. When I go in there, it's kind of a place that I would love to live in because it's just so beautiful, and the community is amazing. And that was the journey that we took. I met Blake, and we started to build our dreams inside Somnium.
So when you say your dreams, you're literally coming up with the vision of what does this metaverse look like? What does this metaverse feel like? And you guys are starting to build something that, like, what's the goal? Why would somebody, if somebody's watching this show and they're trying to understand kind of how do they become a part of this, or why they should become a part of this, what's kind of the goal? What's the vision for it?
It's a great question. So basically, the goal is, because Somnium is it's years ahead of all the competition. And it's the true 3D virtual reality thing. So my dream, I have a lot of real estate background, so I slowly started to buy parcels. I have 26 parcels now in the best location. And I started to think, once I got these parcels, what am I going to do with them? So I needed a builder. So I contacted Blake on Instagram, and immediately we hit it off. So Blake introduced me to all the people there. See, Somnium is really for creatives, and I really am not commercial. Like I said before, Somnium is decentralized, and I really want to be surrounded by creative people, fashion people, cool people, artists, and that's what the community is in Somnium, all these people. So we started to build a gallery. Our first gallery we built with my NFT collection in it. That was the first step. And then from there, I had a vision, and I said, I want to build an entertainment center. I want to build a stadium. I want to build retail where people could go and see. And then we got introduced through Somnium, the Tesla suit. So now the Tesla suit was the missing link, which is becoming a reality, which the Tesla suit, which we invested in, ISG is an investor in the Tesla suit, for full disclosure. But when you put it on and you go into Somnium, you could actually feel sensations. You feel the rain. You could put your arm around somebody and feel it. You could pick up a drink and feel the sensations of the drink going down. It's actually, nobody has it. We're so far ahead of everybody in the metaverse that it's so exciting to me to get this thing going, because it's really creative and really fun. And what happened was, so we invested in this company, Alethea AI, and we had a meeting with Arif, the CEO, and we wanted to bring him into Somnium. So when we brought him into Somnium, we had a meeting with Arthur, the founder, and everybody. And then we realized that because of virtual reality, which is an unbelievable experience that nobody has but Somnium, they perfected it. You only could get 70 people at a time. So Arif said, listen, if you're going to build me a place, I need to get 100,000 people at a time. I want to bring my community into Somnium. So this was a stumbling block for us. So immediately I spoke to Blake, and Blake got the community. In Somnium, there's real community builders that are really advanced. And we put together a team. And our major goal, because you're asking me this question of what the end result is, our major goal is through 2D, which is on your PC, we could get 100,000 people in, and then from there, we could spawn them into 3D and 4D, into the stadium, into the amusement park, and into the shopping centers and the stores that we're building. So again, what I want to say is what we're doing, people wish they could do. We're 2 or 3 years ahead of anybody in this space. And I have to give the credit to Blake and to the builders of Somnium and to the founder, because these people put it together. Within 1 month, we're going to have our stadium built, which I would like you to put up a stadium over there. The stadium, people are going to come into the website. We're going to have live entertainment. We're going to have professional people come in. They'll come in through the 2D site. They could also come in through the 3D virtual reality site. They're going to mesh together. They're going to be sitting in the stands. They're going to be watching an event. It's going to be as if they were really there. So the ultimate goal, here's the ultimate goal and my ultimate vision. That's our stadium. So people could be, I could be in Brooklyn. You could be in Milan. We hop in. We buy a ticket. We get into the metaverse. We get into the stadium. We watch the concert together. And then after the concert, we go to the after party. We're going to have an after party in the Malibu Beach House. And after we have the after party, people could go and shop. Now, with the Tesla suit, you could go into a store. You could try on an outfit. You could feel it. You could feel the fake fur. You could feel the fit of the. We could show you what we designed with our avatars. Now you feel it. You walk around. You could rent it in Somnium, or you could mint it and buy it. And then the ultimate goal is to ship it to your home. So that's really from A to Z of what our goal is and how we envision the metaverse and what its function is going to be.
So Isaac, there's a lot to unpack there.
Boom.
Stuff that you've discussed it. But before we go into all of that, and then Blake, I want to go into your background as well. Isaac, if you don't mind sharing, just how old are you? You know, Web3 is supposed to be the space of 20 to 30-year-olds, and then all these kids coming in and saying,
Isaac is 21. Isaac is 21. Yeah,
I'm a senior citizen. I'm a senior citizen. But that's a great question. Look, being on the cutting edge and the world is moving at such a fast pace, I want to be involved in it, you know, and I want to contribute and make the world a better place. So by being involved with this, actually, it keeps me young, keeps me happy, keeps me motivated. It's something that I love to do. It's not work, and every day is an adventure. And the real key is what the contribution of ISG is going to be to the world is we're going to marry the physical with the metaphysical and be it intertwined and be one place, which I really think the future of the world, and that's where it's going. As I explained before, the physical will merge into the metaphysical, into the metaverse, and it's going to become a way of life. And I want to be one of the forerunners in that. And that's why I picked Somnium, because loving art and loving creativity, their 3D virtual reality stuff is just so great. It looks like I spend more time in Somnium than I do in the real world. I love it. So, it's just kind of fun. You know what I mean? And I want to, that's my end goal.
To have fun. That's why we're in Web3.
Yes.
That's why we're in Web3.
If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Let's go.
Let's go to Blake. Yeah, let Blake give us a little bit of a tour.
All right, a little huzzah. Well, I just want to touch real fast too. Like Isaac and I's relationship is such like a new age way of doing business and things. And when he did reach out to me on Instagram, he slid in those DMs. It was so funny because I just texted him back. We immediately FaceTimed, and I'm on my way back from Dunkin' Donuts, about to go shred it up in the metaverse, and we just hit it off. And he's been such an amazing real world example as to the impact of a fresh perspective of the metaverse, because within the metaverse there is no construct. The construct is your imagination. So when you hear a fresh perspective from someone coming from the outside, it's like the most amazing thing. And Isaac, as a absolute monster in business, he's such a successful individual with a beautiful mind for creativity. He came in here like totally fresh in his ideas, and along with the community within here has built, we're all building something that's never been seen before. And the reason is because it's the Wild West, and we're building what we see fit as all can. But my background, and hello, all you goats out there, baby. If you don't like and subscribe this video for the goats, then what the hell you doing, baby? But my name is Blake Hotz. I'm a creative partner at ISG. and founder of the Hotz House, artist musicians group here in the Metaverse. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. I grew up here in South Florida. I went to Full Sail University for show production, but I got into advertising, was running advertising, small business up until COVID, and moved back in with the parents and started a Twitch channel. And that Twitch channel over time, building artists, musicians, doing boot camps and things, that my goal always remained the same. It was to find a stage to give these emerging artists more listens, more ears, because I found so many superstars just in their bedrooms, you know, making music, living day to day. And the same goes for the Metaverse, and finding NFTs and finding Somnium Space was truly my dream. It was a place where we can bring people together. And my whole love of humanity is connectivity. It's connecting groups of people and bringing them together and to work on as an ensemble. And I found in the Metaverse here, we're all pieces of this puzzle, working at our, you know, for our own dreams, but somehow it all fits together into this big picture that we've never seen before. And I have to say, building ISG with Isaac, you know, and building things like the Orbital City, the Gindi Stadium, and you know, inside of our, you know, inside of Somnium Space, allows for people to connect around an idea or art, like allowing for artists to create. And that's where communities are forming, connecting people from around the world. And it's developing a whole new way of looking at creating, and also unplugging the way that creators are used to making a living in their daily life, and plugging in a new where there are no real limits. And so like for all of you watching and going, what the hell is this guy doing? I'm actually in full body tracking right now. So I am wearing 6-point tracking. I'm also wearing my Tesla suit, which we noted a little earlier, which is a full body haptic suit. Check them out. It's an electrostimulation suit. So it's not built on vibrations or sound. It's actually built on electrostimulation, like shock. That's why they don't have any crotch sensors. So for all of you guys out there wondering about those, yeah.
so Blake, you're in a Tesla suit. Whatever you're doing right now, just for our audience,
yes,
like it's happening, right?
You. Let me show you here. Let me toggle on my camera really quickly. Whoa. Hold on one second. Boom. Here we go. What up?
Oh, there he is. Look at
Let's
this.
go. And see, I got my trackers on. Don't mind my pretty blue shorts. but yeah, so I'm in a Tesla suit, and also make sure you go huzzah. But yeah, see, I'm here in VR and full body tracking, and like this is the most insane way to experience.
So when you say you like when you say you feel something wet, what does it feel like? Like, tell me, just describe the situation. You're wearing the suits, you walk through rain. Tell us what that actually like experience is like.
So it's really interesting, because we're actually at ISG developing these sensations as well. Like a Tesla suit is affiliated with the military and like NASA and shit. So I can't really say the sensations that they have naturally built are very very nice. Like it's like bullet, enter here, exit here, and like you know. So we're building these things like rain sensations. And so the way I can describe it is that you have to first calibrate your Tesla suit. So setting a minimum and a maximum like threshold essentially. And then you have to set the, you know, the wavelength of the stimulation or shock that comes out of it. And there's a bunch of nodes all over. So you have like, you know, your top of your forearm, your bottom of your forearm. These have, you know, you remember, you know, those pads that people used to put on their abs to get ripped and stuff like that. It's kind of like that, but super high tech and inside the suit. So when you feel the rain, and your calibration is way too hard, like what I did during our documentary with Sergey. I was trying to be an Iron Man and had him calibrate it really high. The rain felt like acid rain or boulders falling on me all over in little spots. But with it actually calibrated correctly, it feels like it feels like rain. If you don't have your headset on, it'll feel like you know, it'll feel like little pinches, like little pieces of your skin are getting tightened up, you know. But the whole point about VR and you know is tricking the senses into believing you're somewhere. And really, what is reality when your mind and your eyeballs are what's perceiving it? And so now we're kicking into these next senses where it's now touch. And the way that this electrostimulation is, it's sending pulses to these locations in which things are touching. Collisions are hitting on certain parts of your avatar body, and it's pretty wild when you actually, you know, jump into the water and you feel the water up to your waist because all of your lower extremities are constantly tightening, you know, and feeling like it's flowing. And when you like, my big thing is I want to feel music. I want to feel like the way that someone's heart is beating, you know, as they're near me, like, you know, and like, you know, you can essentially, we're designing that. So that the thought is, and Andre said it very well in our documentary. If you haven't seen that, guys, you can check it out probably inside the links below. But he said, simply look around. And that's what we're trying to create, is the sensatory experience that you have in a daily basis. It's very hard to describe. It's just like saying, like, what is blue? You know what I mean? It's a very interesting thing.
So Blake, and I guess both Blake and Isaac, I mean, do you, obviously what you guys are doing, like you said, right, is years ahead of, you know, of what like brands and NFT projects are saying, we're building our own metaverse. They're still trying to work out the kinks of how they're going to do it.
Sure.
Like, what do you see? Like, what's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years, right? Like, give us kind of the visionary outlook of, I know you touched on, we could go see a ball game together, but let's go deeper than that.
Sure.
Like, are we as a society going to now kind of live in this world almost full time? Is this kind of, are we, you know, Isaac, if instead of having a Zoom call, are you going to say, let's meet at the Malibu beach house and I'm going to put on my VR set and we're going to go, you know, throw balls together? Is that what you guys see as the future?
Actually, you know, I think it all started with COVID, where people were afraid to congregate with other people. And that's where this thing really started to take traction. I think that it's a combination of both, but it's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. The internet was unstoppable. NFTs will be unstoppable. But I think this is the next version of what's going to happen in the world, where people are going to want to congregate. They'll feel safe. They go to places together while they're really in their living room. If you want to go to Paris, you just go into the metaverse and you're in Paris. You're walking down the Champs-Élysées. You go into the Chanel store. You meet your friend from Hong Kong. It's going to become a way of life. That's what the future is going to be in the world. And the added thing that we have is the sensations, which nobody is near yet. And the sensations is going to make it even more of a realistic trip. You're not going to be able to stop this. It's uncontrollable. And it's something that I really believe the way the future of the world is going to be. It's going to be physical and metaphysical. To us, we live it every day. So we understand this more than most people. When we introduce things to people, they're a little bit hesitant. They don't understand. And like now you're seeing Blake, he's in Orbital City. Once we bring them in and they see what it's about, that's it. Seal the deal, case closed, you have them for life. And then,
so Isaac,
yes,
you've been in retail for quite some time, and obviously you see this as the future of retail. How do you see that playing out? Like, why is this so exciting for you as a person who's been through the highs and lows of a retail business, that you think this is the next frontier that people should be paying attention to?
It's a great question, because retail started to change with immersive experiences in the physical shops. You know, they were all built around what could happen in the store. You go to Suffrages, they have the whole main floor with all kinds of new experiences and things like that. Everybody has merchandise. Everybody has the same kind of atmosphere in the store. So what would bring people into a store? If they had an experience, if they had something that would make them more enjoyable, something to make them stay there for a while and have fun while they're there. So that was the first thing. Like, we developed Next Century in Century, which was the next thing, where we had events and we had collaborations with emerging designers, and we had after parties, and that made Century a place where people wanted to come and be. So now I think, like, then the internet came and everybody was worried about the internet, and the next step is to merge the physical. For example, like in a store, like let's say a Prada store, we could put a couple of headsets and this and that, and people could go into the Prada store, the physical store, and then emerge into the Prada store in the metaverse and get another experience. So it's going to enhance and make retail exciting to be back into the phase. That's the way it's going.
And
so,
and Isaac, and I think it's a great point. My question to you would be, like, clearly you're thinking about this years ahead, and we know that every single day big brands are out there trying to figure out what part they're going to play in Web3. We see the job ads, we see, you know, the companies being hired, millions of dollars being spent as far as saying, how do we as a brand enter in? We know Nike has entered, we know Adidas has entered, we know Prada has entered, Gucci. So what's your advice to these brands? Like, what do you say to them? If somebody approaches you and says, hey, we want to get into Web3, but we honestly don't know how. What's your advice to them?
My advice is, everybody wants to get into the metaverse. They don't understand it. So they could be making a huge mistake by going into a 2D metaverse and being an expert in fashion. You know, I don't really want to mention name brands, but like a lot of luxe brands went into certain metaverses and it was only 2D, and because they're dying to get in, but they don't know where to go. So they went in and personally, they prostituted their line. It looked like crap. It was only 2D. My advice to them is to relax. Don't rush in, because you took years to build your brand. You don't want to tear down your brand in one shot by going into a metaverse that you don't know anything about just to be trendy. If you come into a place like Somnium, which we're having the fashion show on September 7th in Prague, which we're going to be doing a world of woman avatars based on my Iridium avatar, and we modeled it with Terry Mugler, because he just passed away. These are them. You could see that this is a Terry Mugler design, our adaptation, and you could actually, Blake, show them how you could try on the outfit.
I'm hopping back in right now. I happen to crash.
So if you don't do it the right way, you're going to ruin your brand. To me, everything is branding. Nike made the swoosh. I buy that sneaker because it has the swoosh. If you don't do it the right way, you're going to go back 10 years. So my advice to all these designers and all these brands, slow down. Don't go into anything you don't know anything about. Come to ISG.
Yeah, and you know, I agree with
Shameless plug.
I agree with that, though. It's like a matter of you know, a lot of big brands too. They're looking at individuals, and you know, establishments are being built now, like ISG, and we are housing the individuals and breeding, you know, and also like assisting in them having a creative existence. And so when big brands, you know, come in, they do exactly what Isaac said. They rush, they skedaddle, they're trying to get the bag, like a lot of NFT things. And if you ask me about the near future of NFTs as a whole, you're going to see a lot of projects die off. Why? Because they have no utility. The utility has been what I saw with the value of NFTs from the get-go, which was, what does this do for me? What can it get me access to? It's not just a profile picture. This allows me to meet like-minded people, have access to cool technology, gets me entrance to events or something like that. And that's kind of, you know, we're encompassing all of that into, you know, a professional, fun brand inside the metaverse that, yeah, like he was just saying, we're doing a fashion show. And, you know, the inspiration of it was Terry Mugler. And we went and we've obviously noticed that Isaac was a huge holder of these beautiful World of Women characters, and the Iridium was the one he wanted to portray. And so what we did is we modeled these after, and it's a great incentive as well. I'm just loading it really quickly. Whoopsh. All right, here we go. Let me just get myself calibrated in here so I can be full body tracking. But it's really wonderful to do you know, something like this, where we bring in a NFT project that, one, is for women empowerment, which is wonderful. To have more women in Web3 is a huge goal. but also to enable them the possibility to have this avatar in 3D and VR. Because, you know, a lot of you may not know that are watching the show that, you know, it's not just click, click, boom, you have an avatar built or something like that. But instead, it's actually, you want to make sure these things are, you know, very well built. These are all like bones and rigging. It's using a lot of things that, you know, the real world, like as far as the size of your body, like for Isaac's avatar, we had to have him measured out. But I'll tell you what, we have a beautiful avatar because of it. And same with this, you know, and so the ability for this World of Women, the whole community to come in and have a base mesh, a base model that then they can essentially build their customized World of Women character, or, you know, allowing for makeup and eye changes, different hair, different colors of the clothing. It's allowing for the future of personalization. It ties back to what Isaac was saying in retail, you know, and having sensatory bits of clothing where we want you to be able to have the clothing both on your character in the metaverse that, you know, portrays your identity in the space, and along with on your physical self. You know, and so we're pulling together both NFT brands and physical brands to show them, you know, whether it's you just want your brand inside the metaverse, meaning you want to just have your Budweiser here and you want to also have a can and you also want to get a little buzzed. Oh, hold on, that one's not working. Here we go. Let's go up, catch a little buzz. As you can see, I'm getting a little blurry. World of Women always loves Budweiser. They didn't pay me to say that, but that's all good. You can't really see what I'm doing anyways. Here we go.
You know, I gotta say,
wait, can I say something? Can I just say something? I'm sorry. What you just saw was we're the only ones that have it, which is called an avatar opt-in. So if you're talking about fashion and you design the line and you have the line in the showroom, somebody goes in, they click on the avatar and they try it on and they're wearing it. This is revolutionary. What you're seeing now is something that nobody has, that nobody even knows how to do. For example, so I think it's really something that's, you asked about the future. You're going to go into stores. How do you try on an avatar? How do you wear it? How do you know if you like it? How do you touch it? How do you feel it? All of these things are going to be done in Somnium. Show them the Jetson one, Blake. I would love. So we designed. This is all part of our thing that we're going to show in the fashion show. And we like here we designed a Jetson avatar, so you could see, you could try it on. You try now. This, if you like it, you could wear it in Somnium. You walk around, you go to the parties, you go to everything, and then you could rent it or you could buy it, and we ship it to your home. So this is what you're seeing is revolutionary. Nobody ever thought of it. Nobody even knew how to do it. It's in 3D, and when you put it on, you feel like you're wearing it.
And the goal is that people could be able to wear these within our parties, within our you know, showrooms or whatever. And from there, if they wish to have the avatar itself as it is, they can purchase it, or they can also, you know, do our quests and do our activations and tasks that we are not just using within our space, but all the communities within Somnium space to earn this avatar. You know, so creating a play to earn, not just play to earn, but it's time-based engagement is really what we're trying to do. And with high traffic environments, bring sponsorships. And so along with that, we're wanting to reward our community members and really be, you know, relevant to their needs. And so we're covering all bases and bringing in a lot of different creators to, you know, to exercise and to define what is this space. And you know, this one, the Jetsons, that was just one of Isaac's wild ideas. And it actually, we just got a new hairstyle, the actual Jetsons hairstyle. And also right now they're in updates for moving eyes and things to give it a little more realism. And
so Blake,
yes,
are you, so the play, what you said, if you come in and you spend time in your metaverse, you get rewarded. Is that how it's currently set up?
Correct. So if you spend time in our events, or while you're in the space, you're going through and like just up here, we actually just finished our first test. So this gentleman with his 0 over his head, he's actually telling me, Captain, you got to wake up all this. So basically what my goal with this was to find out how we can make 1, AIs interact with you, 2, objects interact with AIs, and then making quests where essentially if I finish it, player tag reference, and we can reward that individual. And so for this instance, essentially I've got this horn here. This horn is, if I put it next to my head, you can't hear it, but it's sounding the horn. And what this guy's telling me to do is to find all of the sailors around here so we can go sail off to Boomtown. And so let me show you. There's a sailor hidden back here, and you'll see he's sleeping. Let's wake this motherfucker up. So essentially, like, there's 3 of them. As you can see, this guy now has a 1 over his head. And, we're right now working on different UI and ways of like signifying this. In the past, I'm sure a lot of your users have played World of Warcraft. They used exclamation marks or question marks above their head to signify this person's looking to get a hold of you or whatever. And this goes into the next steps of even being able to do these quests to earn coin, and then have pets and have things that are coming around helping you do more quests. Or, even if we do a Space Galactic game where you have a crew of people and their AIs, that's your crew, being able to earn you resources for the game while you're not even online. And, because there's a lot of different things. Not everybody is a gamer, but everybody is getting interested in Web3, and they're interested in communities. And so we're trying to make a universally acceptable area, meaning that we have something for everybody. But we want to make sure that we reward everybody because of the fact that they're making our space valuable along with us building the technology. And that's the future of Web3 is community. It's not about the corporation. It's about what you do for the people and the community itself. And as a whole, everyone will benefit. And in the sense that, 1, you get cooler, better sponsors. 2, technology gets more insane. People establish this as their home. Meaning that this is where they make their place of business. And just as Somnium has done for us, giving us a platform to actually create a business inside of Web3, we're looking to do that at the next level of the layer 2 for a community to be able to come here, 1, find a job, like even acting as this guy when we have high traffic, being the guy who's telling you that you have, that you have to go wake up the sailors, or running around with you, / also offering your services, such as being an entertainer to play music in here. For a live event, or to give tours to people to showcase, personalized tours as to how to exactly navigate this. And the future as it is, you can never.
The future is bright, Blake.
It's
beautiful.
I want to say something.
It's beautiful, brother.
I think this is very important. You want to know what the future of NFTs are. I think, look, I was an avid art collector. I own Andy Warhol, I own Basquiat, I own Herring. I love pop art. And then I got into NFTs, and I think the apes were great and everything that they did with their organization and VFriends. And my collection is very astute. But I think the next generation of NFTs is going to be what you're seeing right here, right now in the metaverse. For example, if we want to, have a concert, we make smart contracts with NFTs that are the tickets. Everybody gets paid their proportion of what the contract is, and our community will buy the NFT and hold it. That's where NFTs are going. Every single parcel on Somnium is an NFT. Every build is an NFT. Every item that people are going to mint, clothes, is an NFT. These avatars are NFTs. Accessories for these avatars are going to be NFTs. There's going to be a marketplace where people could buy the avatar and then make their own accessories and sell it on a secondary market. This is going to be the future of where NFTs are going. The art part had its day. I think it's going to be limited to the blue chips. But now, where is NFTs going? This is where it's going.
Love it. I love what you guys are doing. How does somebody join ISG? How does somebody come in and play around? Give us the quick 1 minute. Where can people find you? If somebody wants to get involved and get behind the community, where do they go?
Blake.
Huzzah. So they'll follow us first on Twitter and Instagram. Number 2, you'll comment on this video telling the goats to have a actual podcast in the metaverse. And then we'll all be together. But I would say absolutely join the Somnium Discord as well, because that's where we as a community are sharing the ideas and getting people involved. If you want to build on land, or if you're an entertainer, you're a musician, You know, fun, of course, reach out to us on Instagram and Twitter and things, but join the Discord, Somnium Discord, and start joining our community. You know, say that you saw us on Goats in the Metaverse, and you know, I'd be happy to get you involved and like showcase how you can build, you know, if you need resources, things like that. But just hop into Somnium Discord, follow us on Twitter, and don't forget to like, subscribe this video because the goats are now actually in the metaverse. Let's go, baby.
Love it. We love everything you guys are doing. I mean, I think this is awesome. Like I said, breaking first time interview from the metaverse. Isaac has his goat limited edition goats only hat. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. I enjoyed this conversation. We'll check in from time to time with you guys. You guys can tell us what new exciting things you're building. Wish you guys lots of love. Leave us a comment in the comments. Let us know what your favorite part was. We'll see you guys back here again. Mañana. Isaac, Blake, lots of love. We wish you guys all the best.
Love you guys, man. Thank you again. Let's go.